Do it for your younger self. I was going through a journal entry recently that I had written down about 3 years ago when I was 17. And it was interesting to see how my brain used to operate back then compared to what it is now. When I was 17, I changed myself quite radically. I went from a fat, nerdy kid to someone that was athletic, someone that was incredibly social, somebody that was more jock-like, somebody that was more stereotypically masculine. I radically changed myself in like a year's time through hard work. And reflecting back then when I was 17, I saw a picture of myself in that journal entry of when I used to be 13 or 14 years old. I could see that my 17-year-old self hated my 13-year-old self for how he lived life, for how he moved forward, for how he let people walk all over him, for how he let people treat him like shit, for how he saw himself through his self-image as someone that was unworthy of life or love or progress. I could see that my 17-year-old self hated how my 13-year-old self saw himself. So much so that I wrote down in the journal entry that if I ever got the chance to see my 13-year-old self, that I would slap him. Self-hatred is something that you will come across when you're trying to grow because you detest how you used to live before. But as we grow older, as we grow even more, as I'm 20 years old right now, when I think back to what I would do if I saw my 13-year-old self, the answer is so much more different. If I saw my 13-year-old self, I'd probably give him a hug. Probably give him a hug and tell him that everything will be alright, that everything will be fine, that I'll handle everything. That he doesn't have to feel worried or feel anxious or demean himself because at the end of the day, I've made it this far. I think most people fall down this trap of hating themselves when they were younger, or finding their younger selves cringy, of finding their younger selves unworthy of love because they're so much more superior right now. Especially, this is something that you recognize when people tend to grow. But that's easy to do. That's very easy to do. The harder thing is to understand that in this life, in this singular life that you're living, the only person you've got is yourself. The only person that is constant in your life while everybody else is transit is yourself. You've got to make yourself your ally. You cannot sit and hate your younger self for things that he or she did when they didn't know what they were doing. They were lost. So instead of showing rage or anger or trying to discipline them, show some empathy. Hold yourself from back then. Respect the fact that they were dealing with certain things that they were dealing with, but move on with the fact knowing that you are your own deepest ally. Because one of the reasons you're not going to grow in life is your own self-hatred. Your own self-hatred will drag you back into the places where you don't want to be in life. It won't let you become the person that you want to become because then that identity of the old self dies. You've got to get over your self-hatred. You've got to make yourself your ally because when you do, life becomes significantly easier. It feels like instead of having a constant opponent that you're trying to face invisibly in your head when you try to deal with situations, it feels like you've got a teammate now. You've got somebody you can work with, you've got your conscience that you can work with. And the only thing that is necessary for that is forgiveness and acceptance. So don't be a dumbass. Don't be a dickhead to your younger self. Don't cuss your younger self out. Don't feel rage towards them. Have a little bit of empathy because that'll take you a lot of places in life. Make yourself your ally and do what you do today for your younger self because that's the person you're trying to prove things to. That's the person you're trying to take over the burden from. It's not somebody you can hate. It's not somebody you should hate. So when things feel hard for you in life right now, when things feel like they have so much friction, when things feel hard and difficult to do right now, just remind yourself of this. Remind yourself of why you're doing it in the first place. You can pretend like you're doing this for your parents, your friends, your life, your future wife, your future family, whatever it may be. But be honest with yourself. You feel a sense of responsibility for the person you used to be before. And that self-hatred that you've got is nothing more than mere immaturity. So if I were to see myself from when I was younger, I would give him a hug instead of a slap. And that is me becoming more whole. That is me becoming more of myself. That is me accepting that that was a part of my life. And that's what made me who I am today. Do it for your younger self. Take over that burden. And then you will feel so much more whole. You will feel a lot less friction, and life will feel significantly easier for you. It's one of those things where you're walking around and you feel like there's a lot of friction when you want to do certain tasks. It's not friction, it's the apology that you've been pushing off. It's the apology that you've been procrastinating. It's the acceptance that you've been procrastinating. Make yourself your ally and watch how life changes for you. Think about it.